Thank you for watching the Audio Bros podcast. For more episodes, please like, share, and subscribe.
Hour over here.
It's the amateur hour, bros. Yeah,
Can you hear it?
So, yeah, Eric couldn't make it today, and I was lucky enough to get to the last minute here to get everything set up. I think I made it. You'll see a couple different things on our screen here. We got some donations. We're taking donations. You don't have to donate to, be a part of the stream. You can always send in your songs. We'll listen to them. But if you do donate, guess what? You're going to the top of the list. We got the top of the list right now. We've got Mr. Shadow of the Throne, Danny Jimenez, out there crushing it with his works. I'm excited to get into this. Before I do, there's kind of like this resurgence. There's a bunch of new bands that are coming out, like real old school thrash bands that are starting to just come out of the woodwork. And I wanted to get into. We'll get into some of the resurgence on the new stuff. But I've been seeing a lot more young dudes, 18, 17, 19 years old, getting their leather and their spikes, baby, getting ready to get out all of that anger and madness in the clubs. It's pretty wild.
Could you imagine? Imagine for a moment that like you've never heard any thrash band ever. Like you've never even heard. Imagine that you went your entire life never listening to Slayer.
Yeah.
Right. And then somehow you get in a group of dudes, because this is what happened to me essentially. Like I met a bunch of dudes that introduced me to a bunch of metal that I had never even considered. Because the only metal that I grew up on was like Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz and like Motley Crue's Theater of Pain, and like pretty, by most standards, pretty mediocre, run of the mill, radio friendly kind of metal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like, imagine being in a band. You're 17 years old, and somebody goes, "Hey, my dad used to listen to this band called Slayer. Have you ever heard of them?"
Dude,
Could you imagine that? Imagine for a moment that you've never heard anything like that in your entire life, and you hear Hell Awaits for the first time, and you're like,
dude, think about it.
Or Angel of Death.
God, I remember when I heard that stuff for the first time. I was like 14, and it just blew my mind. It was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
How do I get more of it? It was incredible. It's just insane. It's insanely, like, I won't ever, that period in my life where it was like finally you're free of the stuff. It frees you from all these I don't even know how.
You don't realize what, like, I remember watching, this is an old school poll, kids, but I used to watch a lot of VH1 back in the day because they always had commentary on basically what we do now.
Yeah.
They always had like commentary on music. They always talked about stuff. Like they had shows based on like top 10 greatest albums for like basically what BuzzFeed turned into. Because all of you stopped watching television and you only watched YouTube. So
Yeah.
like, and so they would do like lists of things and like best of or whatever. And dude, I remember watching an interview, and it was several different people. Like it was like Scott Ian from Anthrax, and it was Lars Ulrich, and it was all the dudes from that same area, and they all went, dude, when South of Heaven came out.
Yeah.
Or
I think I remember watching sometime and like Scott Ian saying it was like, if you went to hell, this is what it would sound like.
This is exactly what I was about to say. He said, if you could imagine what the soundtrack to hell would sound like, it sounds like Angel of Death. It sounds like Hell Awaits.
Yeah.
It sounds like Rain and Blood.
Yeah, dude. No, that's what's happening. It's really cool to see this resurgence because I think the market's. I was talking with a guy. He writes obviously software for audio engineers, and he said, he's like, Charles, I have so much EDM. It's insane. I don't need any more EDM. I need some young, pissed off, rock and roll, punk, thrash metal. Just the energy is gone. It's so gone. It's like this this is what he was explaining it. He was like, right now in the music scene, there's this like subdued, like chill vibe that's really not chill. It's like pseudo. You know what I mean? It's not reflecting how people actually feel, and it's inebriated, like what do they call it? Not inebriated. It's when you take somas, it does something to you. What is it called?
Oh God.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know what
though,
you're
right?
Yeah, I know
Like
what you're trying to say.
I can't remember the word for it specifically.
Subdued is a good word, but like it's like you've been tranquilized.
Yeah, you're just like
You
sedated.
suck the life out of
You're
it.
sedated.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, everything's so sedated, and like, you know, it's not sweet, it's not salty, it's not spicy, it's just bland and sedated.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because, like, you know, there's such a vacuum for this. But yeah, going back to, you know, people rediscovering like Limp Bizkit for the first time, like my kids, they found like my old CD stash of like, you know, whatever, like, you know, Chocolate Starfish or the Break Stuff record. I can't remember the name.
The first time I heard Nookie, that song ripped. And look, everybody can do this whole revisionist history thing where like, I didn't like Limp Bizkit.
No, they fucked.
Everyone loved Limp Bizkit, dude.
My wife jams out to Break Stuff and Nookie. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude. Like that record was so huge that he basically made wearing a fitted MLB baseball hat backwards. Like without the logo of whatever baseball, it was literally a red hat backwards with the MLB logo on it. And then they made him his own Limp Bizkit logo for it. Like that's how much of a big deal that was. And it's so funny because like, you know, like our parents, like they were all like, oh, the Monkees were just the bee's knees. And you're like, what?
Think about the Monkees though. They were like the first corporate rock band. That was that's what they were. You know,
they were the corporate rock version of the Beatles. And so like when you think about like what a big deal and what a culture shock it is, because when you go back now, like nobody under the age of 30 years old knows who Limp Bizkit is. Not really. They know the meme, just like they don't know who Nickelback is. They don't know who Scott Stapp is. I've seen that guy trending on TikTok for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, because the Yarling, the "Can you take me high?" Dude, it fucks. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's good today. It's timeless. It's transgenerational.
Yeah.
You know, it's and that's the thing. I can't remember a single song from the last 15 years, maybe. It's all just this corporately, procedurally generated stuff. Oh, maybe there's a couple songs in the rock and metal world, and
yeah, you get some gems.
There's a couple of jams. Yeah, I'm not gonna say they're all bad. But like, compare that to the 80s. Are you kidding me? When it was like you could actually make money playing music, you know, and the best and the brightest were actually doing that instead of what they're doing now, which is trying to get off the grid and hide.
Yeah, it's funny, but I mean, to be fair, I think that bringing back to your point, it's nice to see a resurgence of something that's a little visceral. And that's what's cool about a resurgence in thrash is that.
My God, have you seen
and Punk's
the
making a
Slipknot
comeback
ladies? There's like dancing Slipknot ladies where they're dancing to like this. But that's in my mini wagon. Obviously, she's into everything from the Beatles, Paul McCartney, some like Cat Stevens stuff, all the way through like all this stuff. And she's telling me like all of her friends are finally rediscovering how great this music was, which was interesting at the time because it was that was such a reflection of that of the era that we grew up in, you know. Sure. And then and you start to realize like they get their music recommendations from a YouTube notification, right? They get their music recommended to them by an algorithm. They're not discovering stuff anymore. They don't like the nearest freaking record shop where I'm at is literally 250 miles away in Austin. Like, there's not a decent one in Houston, unfortunately, because it was all flooded out during Harvey. The nearest one's in Austin, and when you go there, it's like an artist playland. But think about it. Kids don't even have that nowadays. They're not discovering music. They're not going to they're not figuring out what's in their area. And cool about, because the internet's both good and bad, but what's really cool that I'm seeing nowadays is young bands hitting the stages Friday night, Saturday night at the local pubs. And they're doing their thing. They're taking videos of that, posting it to YouTube. That's getting into the algorithm. And now all of a sudden you're like, what's this Interceptor band? Who are these people? What is this sound? You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, yes. You know, it's one more time. I'm gonna get it one more time, baby.
Yeah. Chuck's getting all juiced up because he's getting that nostalgia right into the veins.
Dude,
buddy.
I really am. Dude, I'm hitting 39, 40 years old, and I'm just now like getting excited like I am like when I was 15.
Comments in real time. It's gonna be probably 10 seconds delayed. So just go ahead and type it, and we'll talk about it after we hear it.
Here we go. Fall.
Never watch me fall. Fall. Never gonna get me fall. Fall. Famine, ignorant, ignorant. Contrast with you just now what has made me. So seen to the old. Follow the story beats out. Find me, channeling hypocrisy. Falling back. Standing on false of heresy. No lie. I'm fighting for reason to give. I'm fighting for right to live. No one lets you take it from me. No one lets you take it from me. Get back in the line. I can't say that these men are mine. You'll never get to me. Never watch me fall. Fall. Never getting to me fall. Fall. Yeah. Damn me for all the good it does. I can see your eyelids burn. Break me back from intelligence. Indoctrinate me, serenade me, and watch the blood drain. And watch the blood burn. Look in my eyes and you'll say that we are done with you. Sing a fucking thing. Roll down in time like the angels that you promised to be. That's the rest for me. That's the rest for me.
That's kind of crazy at the end.
Dude, that was dope.
That was
We don't-
dope as
we-
fuck.
We don't have any sound effects because Eric's not here. But I would
Yep.
golf clap for sure.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
I really like that riff. That might be one of my favorite riffs he's ever written. The only thing, and again, I think this comes down to I really wish that you knew someone who played drums, but I've got a couple of drummers that if you need them, let me know, because the biggest thing that I can hear is that right out of the solo, I want to hear a complete like Slipknot ripoff. I want to hear just drums and a lot of toms and a lot of marching snares doing very rhythmic things while your singer singing. What's Danny Singer's name? I cannot remember his name.
Chris.
Okay, so while Chris is singing, I want to hear and that's what I want to hear. Because it would really break up, and when it builds back up into that last chorus, into like the kind of halftime thing, doing that really staccato, like kind of building that tension right before the chorus opens up on the last one, rules. And I think you have something really, really special in that one too. If you can somehow dynamically do that right before that last chorus, you'll build a lot of tension that way. But I really like that where that tune's going, dude. It's sick.
Yeah, it fucks, Danny. You know, I know you don't like the solo. I do. That octaver. I mean, yeah, you could probably tighten it up
sick.
a little bit, but that octaver was fucking cool. That was a nice touch.
It was sick.
And I really, really liked it. I think it needs more in terms of just additional. You just need more stuff going on in it. You got to layer it up. You've got to get a little bit more creative. It's less about the main thing you're writing and now more of all the ear candy, you know. And I think that should be familiar feedback for you as well. Just we need ear candy. We need stuff that's all the time, something going on in the front, in the back, maybe in the side or whatever.
It's what I call Christmas tracks. Yeah.
But you've got like a really great core product. And do not update my computer, please. Do not do this. Oh my God. Oh,
that was a close one.
That was a close one. Yeah, outside of that, dude, everything you're so dialed into this sound and like you're doing new things with it. Just like we talked about before, you are taking a familiar sound, doing something new with it, and creating music to me that's relevant. You know, when my kids hum and sing your choruses, that's a big fucking deal. And it's happening, man. To me, that's great music. That's showing you're connecting again across, you know, transgenerational connections. That's a big deal, and it's very hard to get to that point in your songwriting. So I congratulate you for it. Okay, man, I'm just absolutely spun up right now. I want to get back into talking about the resurgence, the downfall and the resurgence of Bay Area thrash, but I can't. We got to keep moving on.
Yeah, keep going.
We got to keep going. I have to.
Maybe somebody else submit a thrash song and we can talk about it.
We got a Spotify link from Tall McCartney. God, I don't have. I'm going to see if I can pull this up because Tall McCartney, you know what? I'm going to look for this song a little later in the stream. But we're going to go with Enslaved Angel by Mr. Andrew Jackson. And he says, a submission from Enslaved Angel for your listening ears. Andrew, are you in the chat? I don't think you might be sleeping.
Yeah, he might be asleep.
Yeah. Let's pull this up. Here we go, Enslaved Angel.
Using scraps of fat for the permanent house. Within scraps of fat for the living. Lovers to go.
Wicked. Breakfast of Phantom.
Rock and roll. McDonald's.
Yeah, you know, I mean, golf clap. It sounds like it's a
Okay.
yeah, that's good.
I don't have any notes only because like I don't know how seriously they want to take that. But it sounds like deathcore. I don't know. It was more like Killing Joke is what it sounded like to me. Killing Joke with breakdowns.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely not deathcore. It's definitely like punk.
Yeah, it's punk just with growly vocals, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, we get it. Nice work.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Moving on.
Moving on. Cool, man.
It sounds like you made it how you wanted to make it. Nailed it.
Nail it. It's cool.
Like real talk. Like if you want to improve some stuff, like yeah, like I think the mix is trash, and I think the vocals are smashed out of their minds. But like it's kind of the vibe of that kind of music, right? So like I don't really know what I could do, and it's a cover, so I'm not going to tell you how to rewrite it, right? So unless you wanted that kind of feedback, which feel free, send us an email, and we'll get back to you.
Or just
later.
join the Discord. You know,
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you don't like our feedback, hit the Discord and send me some hate mail. You know, I do have my DMs on Do Not Disturb, but I'll read your message. You know, it's good to have a check and a balance every once in a while, and you know, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, a little gut checks, no big problems, no big deal.
It's important.
No big deal.
It's important to have accountability in your feedback too. You know, but yeah.
Mic stand sounds like a haunted house. I don't know if that's coming through or not, but it's
Something
Hold on.
came through. I had to turn down my monitors because there was too much bleed. But yeah, all right, we got some Millennial Animal. For those of you just watching on the stream, if you're lurking and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the Audio Bros podcast, where we talk about all this cool stuff that we're gonna get into. I'm not sure. Can I say shit yet?
yeah. Well, yeah. You already said fuck like 10 minutes ago, so it's kind of over. If we're not supposed to be in the algorithm, it's over.
Oh damn! Did I make it 10 minutes?
I hope so, buddy. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, the first couple of minutes was me trying to figure out the audio, so maybe I bought myself some time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you may have vamped enough to buy yourself some time.
I may have juiced it just enough. There's a rhyme to the reason here, guys, on how things go. We're trying to juice that algorithm as best we can. But you can juice it more for us by hitting the like and subscribe button if you're a lurker. If you got a song for us, you're out there lurking, send it in. We got a form in the Discord or in the description. There's a form. Or if you feel inclined and have a couple bucks, send it our way. That goes into supporting the stream and making sure that Eric isn't fronting the bills for literally everything that we do here.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Okay, so moving on, we've got Millennial Animal.
Nailed it.
He says, terrible guide vocal, terrible drum take. Are you sensing a theme? Basically, I came up with a third section for this track I sent in previously, and I'm not sure about it. The lead guitar at the end is a stand-in for the vocal melody so far. Let me know what you think, lads. Oh, boy. What did you do to your... You know what? Let's just give it a run. Here we go. Millennial Animal. This is For Who I Am idea snippet. Oh, it's an idea snippet. It's 2 minutes. Wait a minute. All right, Millennial Animal. It's a cover. You should hear the original. Okay. All right. He says it's a cover.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll McDonald's was a cover. That's what he was talking about.
Oh, Rock and Roll McDonald's. Yeah. We all knew Rock and Roll McDonald's was a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally said cover. Fuck it. Millennial Animal. I remember vaguely this song, and I thought we told you to slow it down. You didn't. You went time. That's the opposite of what this should have been. You need to scrap this. Or just scrap it by placing it somewhere in a hard drive and never looking at it for like the next however long. That ain't it, Chief. If I remember the song specifically, if we're thinking about the right one, I think this was the one we thought it was going to be a part of like the Walking Dead type of track, right?
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think this needs to be scrapped. I disagree. I think that you need to go back to the original idea where you're doing it at the lower tempo, not doing any sort of louder stuff to it, but just incorporating a couple of extra elements back to the feedback that we gave you before. Because I like, honestly, this song works the way that you're doing it now. It's just going to be an uphill battle of like trying to like make those. Yeah, no, dude, like double timing that new section, it just doesn't. I don't know a way to say
it. Ain't it, dude. That ain't it.
Yeah, double timing that section is
just whatever that is. Don't do that. That's not it.
It needs to be that chill vibe, like almost like
it's got to be blooming. We want something that's blooming in like a flower. Like you got to bloom, man. And that's like, come on, I need to fuck right now. Like it's not blooming.
Yeah,
it's more like jittery, post cocaine, downward spiral type vibe.
Yeah, it's the what I imagined was, and I know this might be kind of like a deep cut and kind of like off the beaten path, but what that song reminds me of, other than the Massive Attack thing, I think who does that song? Catfish are jumping, black water keep rolling.
Mini Wagon would probably know.
Yeah. Oh, black water keep on rolling. I think it's Doobie Brothers. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what it reminds me of. It's a very like, it's a song that kind of takes you kind of like on a journey a little bit and just builds throughout. Yeah, it is Doobie Brothers. All right. I wasn't crazy. So like that song kind of builds and takes you on a little journey lyrically and melodically. And I have a feeling that's what you're trying to go for here. So if you could somehow mix Massive Attack and that tune from the Doobie Brothers, like that is it. That is the jam. It is this. And if it rains, I don't care. Don't make no difference to me. Like it's got this like kind of like almost like hip hop feel to it. It's like a bop. It's very like, and that's what I wanted to do with yours, but just a slower one where you kind of do this. And I know this is going to sound ridiculous. Okay. It's going to sound ridiculous, but something that makes you go, and just you kind of sideways bob your head.
Yeah, it needs to be that kind of like,
yeah,
you're kind of doing this thing, Remember those concerts? You get all like a Fish concert, and you're kind of like this, and you're just stoned out of your fucking mind. That's what that needs to be, dude. It can't be this fucking whatever this is. This ain't it. This is a cool part. You could use it probably in some other song, but you really need to slow down and just put yourself in the listener's shoes. Like, how are they going to interpret what you're trying to say? Because you got something. You got something here, and you got like a really good piece of something. Like we know we know what it can be, right?
Yeah, dude, that song is about to be real sick.
That's
like
gonna be...
you're on the verge of coming up with something. I think right now you're overthinking it.
You need to just remember bloom. You need something that's like waves on a shore on a calm, spring morning. Like it's got to be just like this thing, and you're like, it's got to be like watching the sunrise. You've got to like,
yeah.
That's what that part needs to be. It needs to be like this. You ever see that movie City of Angels with Nicolas Cage? And they all sit out, and he's out there just staring at the sun, and you could hear like this music and stuff. And then there's the other guy there. He's like, I can't hear anything. Then he gets naked and jumps in the water. It's like that, except without the naked fat guy.
What?
I don't know. I'm spitballing here, guys.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, obviously you're on the path of where you need to be, and you've got a gym here, and I'm 100% convinced of it. Just keep working on it. Double time is not the way.
Homie Soda, I eat song recommendation. Forbes list 1-800-PAIN.
Is it 1800 pain or 1-800-PAIN?
1-800-PAIN.
All right.
Speaking of pain, I watched. I let my 2 teenagers watch Scarface under adult supervision, and
What?
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh God!
I basically had to fast forward through like basically the entire third act. But
yeah. Where, as John Mulaney puts it, snorts a comically large pile of cocaine in a house that would only be owned by the Golden
not
Girls.
Scarface. Excuse me, not Scarface. It was another Pacino flick, Carlito's Way.
Okay.
Still had to fast forward through the last third act, but it was a lot less fast forwarding than Scarface. Anyway, we were watching the that scene where Carlito is in the bathroom. He's like, I'm coming out. Here come the pain. And like all of my kids went, we know that. I'm old.
Oh, well, isn't that how this always ends?
Yeah.
There's always a rant, and then Chuck goes, well, I'm old.
Hey, millennial, dude, it's not a dead end, millennial animal.
Yeah, definitely not.
This is a dead end. This is dead, but the song isn't dead. You have an obligation to finish this song. Because if you don't, I'm going to be very upset because I am not in the headspace where I could write stuff like this. And I'm very
that
jealous
song is so
because
dope.
this is the stuff that makes a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And, this gets picked up on sync. This would get picked up on sync fairly quickly because it's really good. It's a great song structure. And then if you produced it correctly, which that's a whole separate thing. That's the easy part. It's writing the song that's the most hard. It's the most difficult piece here. But dude, you have an obligation to really work on this song. You have to grow as a songwriter to get this thing to work. And I know you can do it, dude, because you wrote the rest of the song. Like, it's almost all there. So it's just the key part of this song is the most important part. You owe it to yourself to finish it. So whether you do it today, whether you finish it today or 10 years from now, that's up to you.
I got to be honest, man. We got to figure out a way for me to get over to England is what needs to happen. Because I feel like that would be the collab of the century.
Airplanes? You can just hop on them.
Yeah, it's cool. That requires money and time and all of these things.
You could ship yourself over there in a box.
Do you want to be in my secret box?
I kind of feel like I want to go into that little Nicky voice.
Yeah.
My brother hit me in the face with a shovel. Get in the box.
You guys want to get in my box? Oh, God. I knew it when I said it.
Why
anyway,
do you talk like that?
Oh.
My brother hit me in the face with a shovel.
This stream is getting out of bounds, dude.
This is getting real, guys.
All right.
All right,
moving on.
All right, moving
what
on.
What do we got next?
Moving on. Let's get to the next song here. We're having too much fun. We got. I'm not even checking the real list either. These are just the subs in the Discord. Let's dig into this a little bit. Hang on. Let me go check the form. I know we got some new guys that showed up and did some form submissions here, so we're gonna get to you right now. Let me pull up the form here. Woo, darling. All right, let's get on with getting on with it. Going straight to the bottom. Look at this. Whew. Oh, we've got some submissions here. All right, we're gonna start with you, Zozo. We got Zozo. The song title is a conglomeration of Homie Soda. Homie Soda. Oh, that's a very interesting way to spell it. She says, please tell us a little bit about your song. No, it's just cool. Give me a general rating. Okay.
All right.
I feel like this is a trap. Homie Soda, spelled with a conglomeration of symbols and numbers.
Hey, he's in the chat. He, she.
He, she.
I don't know. The person, Homie Soda, is in the chat.
This is 1-800-PAIN. Forbes. What is it? Forbes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting into. What am I doing with my
Play it.
life? All right, here. Let's get this over here. All right, here we go. Homie Soda. Trust. I immediately don't trust that. Here we go. I'm bewildered. Homie Soda.
New York City, listen to me. It's in the convenience store right now. Anytime a 24-hour store. Go into the store right now and put your hand in the cash register for no reason. Your money is your money. As of right now.
Sorry, bros. Homie Soda. I don't know what kind of CIA MK Ultra mind control shit that is, but nah, man. That's like, I don't know. I'm gonna give you a shot though. Let's go. This is where the song should be cool, right here.
You're muted, Chuck.
Can you hear me now? Everybody's been hearing me. I know. Oh, I was muted to you. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go to the Homie Soda. I'm gonna go take it. I'm gonna take it to the point where it should be cool. Should be somewhere in this area right here. Let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, it ain't cool, man. Sorry, bro. I respect it. I respect that somebody spent time to put a 3-minute and 26-second song in there of MK Ultra mind control, deep, subliminal programming. That's cool, but I recognize it when I hear it. And it ain't got no place on the pod.
Moving on.
No, it's not for everyone. That's okay. You're welcome to hang though. That was interesting. All right, moving on.
I hated every second of it. I hated every single second of that. I wanted to stab my eyes out with toothpicks as slowly as I possibly could because that would have been more enjoyable. My God. I don't know how people listen to that music.
My God, my tourniquet.
Yeah.
The original song was written by a band called Soul Embraced on a way better record. And just goes to show you could take a song, a death metal song, rework it as a pop song, and win a Grammy.
Boom.
All right, so this is Sarouche.
Yes.
Yes, good, yes. All right, we've got, I don't know if this will make it tonight, but I'm not feeling well, but here's some Weedly Weedlies. Basically 8 minutes of me improvising over some ambient pads.
Oh my God. Sarush. I love you so much, Sarush, and I know it's going to be fine. But for what? For
Let's
what
go.
purpose?
Let's go. This is,
All right, play it, dude.
We're now in the madness territory. Here
It
we
cannot
go.
be any worse than 100 pain.
I can't do it, dude. I'll fall asleep.
I'm literally falling asleep right now. It's so pretty.
I can't do it, man. Yeah, like put that on a record, sell it to whatever, Massage Envy or something.
To sleepy boys.
Yeah. This is no longer the Audio Bros podcast. This is now
Yeah.
the Sleepy Bros podcast.
This is now. You're listening to Sleepy Bros podcast.
Yeah. I
Just
can't
sit
even do it.
down, listen to the quiet, soothing sounds of the sleepy boys. Sarush here is going to play us a 8.5 minute instrumental over some very lovely pads where he does his best David Gilmour impression. It'll be quite suitable for the night. I would like to thank all of you for tuning in. This is Transylvania Studs saying, not saying goodnight, just saying.
Bro,
Very NPR.
Don't even do that. I'm running on like I don't remember the last time I slept.
Yeah.
I can't listen to this, Sarush. I will go to sleep and you'll watch Chuck sleep for the next 8 hours on a stream that I won't end because I'll be asleep.
Yeah. It's
All
very
right.
beautiful though.
Very
And
nice.
it's very beautiful and it's very much not a song. But it is something that like if I wanted to chill my kids out or I wanted to put on something that was just very like kind of just nice to listen to in the background somewhere, you nailed it. And you're really good about building textures and stuff. So like I'm not mad about it. I just like this isn't my go-to, buddy. But like as always, you come up with some wild ideas over something pretty simple. So
Yeah.
kudos to you for that for sure.
Indeed, man. Very cool. All right, up next, we got a band out of, looks to be North Carolina.
North Kakalaki.
Carolina called Interceptor.
Yes.
And you got me a link that doesn't go in. A link to nowhere, bro. Let's see if I can find you here.
Bump bump but oh
A
wow.
Bandcamp link. Oh man. Oh man. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes here, bro, to try, or a couple seconds. Fill some dead air here. Let's get some dead
All
air.
right, well,
filled.
so I got to vamp for a moment, okay? Because I have like I have nearly reached burnout with trying to track my new record. I had to re-record my drums 3 times. And it's because my producer George was chasing a kick drum sound and he finally got the sound that he wanted out of a very specific kick drum. And we waited for it. We waited like a week and a half for it. He had it shipped back to Nashville because it's his drummer Ty, who's actually playing on one of the songs on the record from me. And it's just like the perfect kick sound. Like George just loves the sound. It's made by, I think it's like a Franklin Drum Company.
Oh wow.
And it's an acrylic kit and it's a 24-inch kick and it's just like the best, right? And George swears to God that this is like the perfect kick drum that has ever made sounds out of anything, and the way that he mics it and the way that blah 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 blah. Anyway, so Ty ships him the whole drum set and it shows up and it's fucking broken.
No.
The kick drum is smashed potatoes.
No.
So he talks to a drum repair company and they're like, hey, we can fix it. It's no problem. It shouldn't sound any different. And then he orders one from Franklin Drum Company, but it's going to be like 8 weeks out. And I'm trying to get these drums done because I have so many people. Like I have Juiced Up Box Desmond doing a song on this. I've got like buddies of mine doing songs on it from like bands that, you know, I either played in bands with them or they were in other bands like Worker or in Chum or for Mono, like any of those like kind of bands, like buddies of mine that I've just kind of met throughout the years. And having to re-record your drums 3 times, I really hope that I didn't screw anything up and give a lamer take than I did from like a take previously. And I'm really hoping that like it was worth it.
It's never worth it. You're just gonna be set. You're just gonna have to live with what you have. You know.
Well,
this.
I don't think it's like, because I want to follow. It's really tough to like want to, when you're working with somebody who has a vision for something and how they want it to sound. I want them to be proud of what they're going to do. So like when I'm working with my producer George, who's also in the Discord, by the way, y'all can hit him up anytime.
What's up, George? Oh, he's
And
not.
George,
he's not. He's in the Discord, not the chat.
yeah, he's in the Discord, and he
Did we let everybody know in Discord that we're streaming?
No, you didn't, but it's okay. But the thing is that like he wants to really like nail the drum sound on this record. And that's really awesome to have somebody who cares as much about my music as I do. And it's nice. And I recommend for all of you to try and like, if you're going to work with a producer or you're going to work with somebody who is either like a co-songwriter or engineer, whatever it is, try and find somebody who cares as much as you do about it, because they will bring out the best in whatever you're doing. When I do stuff with Eric, it's the same way. He's going to critique. He's going to give me like notes. Like I'm going to sing some stuff and he'll be like, man, can you do that better? I feel like you got another take. Or, hey man, I think you got a better idea out there. This isn't working for me or whatever. And I think it's extremely important for people to go like, to have someone else go like, hey man, you can beat this idea. You can do better than what you just did. I know you have it in you. And it'll push you, and it'll make for better music when you're writing a record. Anyway, that's enough vamping. Are you
Yeah,
good?
we're good. We're good now,
All right.
man. I'm glad you let it out though, because it's important
buddy.
to clear the. It's important to clear the air.
You gotta clear the air.
Got to clear the air. All right, Interceptor. This is from a guy named Blake. Thank you, Blake. He says in his feedback here, he says, "I don't care what you think about it. This is Interceptor." All right.
Oops. Word.
Okay. This is Interceptor.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's go. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Weren't you just talking about the thrash?
I certainly was. You know, you speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, that was good. I love thrash. I don't know if you guys know that.
Let me ask you something. What's your opinion about, like, because you know, like, black metal, thrash, and all that kind of stuff, punk, like back in the late 80s, early 90s, like the production sucked because they couldn't afford like proper shit. So like they just go in, pay some dude $300 to hit record in their jam room, and that's what they got. So like, what do you think? Like, does it need the production value, or does it need any of that stuff?
That's the aesthetic. That's just the aesthetic. This is
but
no
would
frills.
it serve itself
This is literally
better for the
one
songs?
or two mics in a room, and then maybe the guitar amps and the bass were mic'd up or DI'd in or whatever.
Right.
This is so low rent production. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This, like, you know, we can critique the song all day long, but that energy, you can't. I don't have the energy to do that. I am at a point in my life where I can maybe do this for a couple of songs, this type of music, 2 or 3 songs, and then I'm done. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to go listen to Sarouche and take a nap. Like,
well,
this
I
is
gotta
great,
say, like,
though, because this is the energy that this energy gets into people, and it inspires real music. And it changes things. It changes... like the energy that seeps through this kind of music, it gets in and it like breathes. It's like, you know, it's like a symbiote, you know, it just gets into you. So 100%, I'm all about this.
I think the drummer's fantastic.
That was one take. That was one continuous take. There wasn't a single overdub. I would be very surprised if they overdub vocals on this, because that sounded like one take. We need more shit like this. This is what I want more of. I don't care. I mean, it would be nice to have perfect production, you know, like live albums. Yeah. But I'll take this because it's real. I know that there was maybe 4 guys in a room that did this, and it was real, and that's a snapshot in time. Because these guys will never be this young again. They'll never have this amount of energy ever fucking again. In 5 years, they're not even going to be like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is a snapshot in time. And there's something so inspiring about that. Oh, love it. That gets me excited. I love that.
Yeah, it reminds me of watching, like, the Bale section of of like a Creature or like a Zero video when I used to skateboard. It reminds me of the Bale section. Like, right before the end of the video, before the last big part, they'd have all the bales of everybody just smashing themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's
You know what? It's kind of got a low rent CKY vibe as well. Well,
yeah, all those bands,
bands. It's just got
all the low end production stuff that you used to see come out of all that scene. Like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, like,
yeah, Homie Soda's got it. Extreme Potential.
Yeah,
that's that, dude. Oh, it's so. I'm sad. I'm deeply sad because I don't have that. I'm not in that time of my life anymore, and that takes me straight back.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, I lived it.
Sure.
I did this. It's cool.
Yeah.
Man, oh, it feels so good.
It's dope. All right, what else we got?
We got some stuff. We'll keep digging in.
I was gonna say we got what we got left. We got like
half an hour or so.
26 minutes left.
Yeah, roughly. And then we got to get our clips in. And we only got 2 so far that I've counted. Otherwise, we're gonna be low on the content, bros. Got to keep juicing that algorithm every day. How you guys liking the shorts, by the way? For those of you subscribed, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe, and comment.
Like, share, and subscribe.
There's a couple of our shorts that went viral. We had the what was that one? That Terry Hesticles?
Yeah.
Do we have Terry Hesticles in the group chat today?
No. I still don't know who that dude is.
That's awesome. That went viral. We got thousands of views on that one. Oh, where am I here? Come on, Chuck. Dopamine. Oh, this will be fun. God, do I even want to know? Please don't be porn. Here we go. Okay. This is Dopamine. Super rough idea. Oh, it's Andrew. It's Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Dopamine.
Medicaid with visual pills, luminescent prison cells we build for ourselves. Fill me with this dopamine, chemical rivers that flow beneath this hollow
It sounded like human music. I got nothing. I'm not there, dude. I just.
Wasn't here.
This is on you,
Chuck
stud. I got
has
nothing.
not had enough cocaine to get into that vibe where you got to go like.
You got to
It's
be
gotta be-
careful with that dopamine because
Yeah,
if you burn that out, it's over. And then you got to be at Mach or DEFCON 1 all day,
Well-
every day, just to function.
So here's the thing, like there's a lot of really cool moments in that song that could be really cool. Andrew Jackson, I don't know if anyone's ever told you before, but he's got a David Bowie thing going on in his voice. Can you hear it?
This is cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool moments.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I just don't feel it. I don't know if it's the guitar. I think it's the guitars. I think
It
it's
could
just,
be.
I think
It
that's
needs
just
a
what's
little-
taking me out.
it needs some fine tuning, but I'm telling you, I hear Bowie in his voice. And if you kind of play that up a little bit, I think that could really work in a song like this because it's dancey. And I think you've got a cool idea here. And I think it's worth like keep working on it to keep exploring it. But I think it's cool. And like it's not an idea that I would throw away. I would just keep working on it.
Yeah.
But I think you got something cool here.
Yeah, man. I wish I had better feedback for you. I didn't hate it, but the guitar thing just. I wanted to put an amp sim on it and then put a cat. Like that's all I was thinking about was like somebody
bad, bro.
fucked up and didn't put the amp sim on. All
Well,
right.
and if I'm not mistaken, he uses Logic too. So you've got no excuse for a bad amp sim because I get
yeah.
all of my amp sim sounds. Any of the demos that you guys have heard, all Logic amp sims.
So what we got here is we got Soul Keeper. Soul Keeper, you in the chat. This is Holy Design official music video. Let's see feedback.
I would check to make sure that's not copywritten or some sort of thing that's going to kill the stream with
Oh, if it
30
does,
minutes
let
left.
us know. Doesn't look like it. Looks pro. All right, this is the music video for a new song that we just released called Holy Design. We hope you enjoy it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Holy Design, Soul Keeper.
Shoulders of 1,000 sons, the daughters of an immaculate chemic blood. To fear the implication is a fair response. You realize there's a God inside of everyone. When you turn to none. And you live with the thing you were down. And you build something holy in hell.
Skrillex meets Every Time I Die or Dillinger Escape Plan.
God damn. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think we're losing the stream. My kilobytes. The kilobytes are going down. Damn, dude, that was great. I like that a lot. I could listen to, homie, I could listen to that all day long too, because that was actual music. The drums 100% real on that one. You can't beat can't beat a bit of glitch, yeah.
Bye. Those drums are not real.
The overheads
I know those drums
no,
are
100% the overheads were. 100%. Well, there was sample replaced snare drum for sure. Maybe kick drum.
The whole kit. The whole kit. Let's just talk about it for a second here. It's the whole kit.
It's the whole damn thing.
Listen to me. That is the whole kit. And I'm not even sure. I mean, look, clearly someone loves Dillinger Escape Plan. The drummer for sure loves Dillinger Escape Plan. But that whole kit, nothing real about any of that kit at all. Maybe the overheads, but nothing else. And I do not care at all. Sounds great. And that I truly, I think that they've like Skrillex meets Dillinger Escape Plan. That's exactly what I just heard.
Yeah, I liked it. It was musical. It was catchy. It had great moments.
Breakdown was dope.
It was through produced. I'll give it that.
Yep.
But
produced properly though. I want that kind of production out of my metal music.
Yeah, that was like watching a movie, and I was entertained the whole time. And it took 3 minutes.
And
in this TikTok generation, that's like 300 videos.
It was a throwback. Did you not notice? It was a throwback to, and maybe they didn't even mean to do this, but it's a throwback to Money for Nothing, the Dire Straits music video.
Oh my God, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100% it was.
That's fun.
And if it wasn't, and they did that on accident,
that's even
lucky
funnier.
them.
That's like life imitating art, imitating life, imitating art.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, well, Soul Keeper, that's a keeper for sure, man.
Yeah.
Good fucking song. All right, that's the end of the subs. Let me double check the deal here. Wow, that was what a fun day. We had a pretty good go on this one. That's it on the subs.
I think Sarush sent in one last thing because we've been working. He wanted everyone to hear what he had been working on for our When the Levee Breaks thing. Is it not in the submissions?
Levee Breaks? Oh, the demo guitar drums?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did miss that.
Is it in there?
Yeah, I got it. Let's go.
All right, this will be the last one for the night.
No, I got a new song to share with everybody.
Oh,
that
good.
will be the
Okay.
last song of the night.
No, that one will play us out, right? Like we generally do. But I mean, like the last, yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is last call for anybody in the chat, anybody lurking. If you got a track, send it in. If you got a tip, we'll guarantee it gets played. If it's an 8-minute instrumental, there ain't no chance, man. All right, so here we go. We got When the Levee Breaks, v1.1.5675, final.
I think it's just copy and paste from here on out. It sounded good, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's a demo.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I really like the
Yeah.
tuning in C, and like Sarush and I talked about it, like just slowing it down just a little, not a lot,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna try and cut some of the fat out, just because we're slowing it down. Like originally, it's a little bit faster tempo, but this is also still an 8-minute song.
It's a long
So
song.
like, yeah, so like trying to trim some of the fat. I've got a buddy who plays harmonica here. We might try and get him in on it. It's gonna be fun, but it's definitely some like Sarush is working on variations for different things or whatever, but the bones are there already. And I'm gonna get I think at this point, like I can go ahead and get some real drums on it. I can get my buddy Will to go ahead and track some drums on it. So I think like every week we'll probably get the check-in from Sarush just to be like, hey, here's what it sounded like so far. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, man.
If anybody wants to jump in on it, let me know.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm hard out. Sorry, man. I'm just
Chuck
kidding.
doesn't do what is it? Jazz Odyssey.
You know, I do jazz everything. I just don't do that. That level of jazz.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Chuck's version of jazz is sounds fine to me.
So-
Jazz, baby.
Jazz. Hey, that thing's out of time. Nope, jazz.
The worst.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. All right, man. Well, yeah, rip. Oh, that's funny. All right, let me pull up the Finder here. What else we got? Should we give anybody else? Anybody? Yeah, I think that's it. We're through the queue. We're at the end.
Yep.
It's the end of the show. Guys, thank you so much. Ladies, people, thank you so much for joining us tonight. In lieu of some of the technical difficulties that we run into, I'm going to take us out on a new song. Some of you may have heard the demo of this song, but yeah, it's a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. This is a song called Fire and Thrash off of the Chuck Talica record. It'll be out someday. So
One of these days.
one of these days, man, I really got to stop overcommitting to things.
You'll get there.
Yeah,
You'll get there.
Eventually. All right, guys, we're going to take you out. We're out of here. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in the chat.
Be excellent to each other.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this week's episode. You can join us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.